everybody, and yeah, that flickering again as Kerbal Space Program starts loading in. Okay, looking at contracts, we currently have 4 active contracts. Moon Unit 4 on an adjusted orbit of the Moon. Orbit the Moon and come back. Get Moonstone eventually. Send a probe to Eve eventually. We don't actually have a hell of a lot on the agenda. So I think we're going to begin with some science mining. That's going to be a good little chunk of science. Let's go ahead and recover a vessel and send all that over to R&D and see if it's enough for us to buy something. And yes, it is enough for us to get a 90 tier bit of science. And yes, we did upgrade the VAB, which means we're not short of cash. We've got a pretty good amount, but yeah, we've upgraded quite a bit here as it happens. But yeah, it's going to be the Mark 1 capsule. There. And not really, well, we got to come this way anyway. Let's go ahead, buy that, but we are not buying any of those actual parts. Okay, so we're out of science now. Any other contracts we can get? Rescue. If that was a pony name, I'd do it. 24. Time to pony up. I mean, put a pony up. ... We're not sending Cherry or Rainbow Dash. We are sending Twilight Sparkle. Because we've got the probe core in here to do the steering. What we need is a scientist to wring every last ounce of science we can out of this flight. The goal here is to orbit the Moon and get Twilight back safely. And you can't see Twilight because it just now occurred to me, my face is covering up where the Kerbals appear. So that needs to move over a bit. Like there. And now we can see Twilight Sparkle's adorable little face over here. She has no idea what she's in for. Well, she's about to find out in 3, 2, 1, fire. Okay. And I forgot to take the material study. We'll keep that because every little bit helps. Good enough. 157 by 152. Just a trickle of fuel left in this big old stage. But now it is safe to get Twilight out for PonyKind's first EVA. Okay, EVA report from just over the water. Okay, I forgot. You get all sorts of different... And restore that. What the hell? No jetpack. Okay, yeah, that is an abort. That is an abort on our moon mission because, yeah, that's problems. I need to find out what went wrong here. What do we have to unlock to get jetpacks? Because Twilight should definitely have had jetpacks. But at least we're going to come up here and we're going to get whatever EVA above such and so is available. Mountain. But in any case, it's time to hit the brakes. We're going to try to bring this down intact, but I really think it's going to be overweight, and we'll have to ditch it regardless. But we'll see. Make that I'm all but certain we'll have to ditch it, but we'll see. And of course, there's a very good chance this part will just plain burn up. Okay. What happened there was the fuel tank just got too light for us. And without the probe core, I now no longer have SAS, but thankfully I no longer need it. Relay. Yeah, it's not going to relay much of anything for long. And quite frankly, I'm lucky we didn't get smacked with it. Come to that, why is it off in that direction? Anyway. Okay, that gave me a scare for a moment, and yeah, we are not far short of the limit for what this parachute can handle. I need to remember that. We would absolutely not have been able to bring down the rest of the ship regardless. So that's going to give Twilight experience. Yaboo. And we got a bunch of orbiting science from the EVAs, but that's all. Other than that, that was a bit of a failure because we did not have an EVA pack. What? Do we actually have EVA packs or not? EVA jetpack. How have we not purchased this? Why have we not purchased that? When did we get that? Yeah. For some reason it wasn't purchased out of the initial shit that you're given. Okay, there's that. Okay, we're back, and Fluttershy is going to take this rocket up. And this time I've made sure she did not forget her jetpack, silly Twilight Sparkle. Alright. And we are flying in 3, 2, 1, fire. Roll sequence initiated. And away we go. We didn't have anything from low flight? Really? Okay then. Coming up on burnout for the SRB, for the, well, not the SRBs, they're liquid fueled, but anyway, burnout is burnout. Alright. Wrong button, fingers in the wrong place. Okay, 103 by 100 is just fine. We have about 250 more meters per second of delta V, but we are a bit lower. We were last time 150 by 150, now we're 100 by 100. But considering our next burn is going to be for... yeah, next burn is going to be for the moon, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. Okay, meanwhile... that should be nothing. It's practically nothing. Okay, EVA. And now, you have a jetpack. Collect data, thank you. And restore condition. And then conduct material study while we're out here. Keep. Collect data again. And restore again. And reboard. Okay, so far so good. Noisy, isn't it, Cap? Okay, hit that, and we now have periapsis of not quite good enough. There we go, that'll be better. Collect data and restore. Collect data and restore. Okay. Okay. Now, next thing we do is we've got 1,281 meters per second of delta V. That's actually very good for our purposes. Better than expected, as it means we'll be able to get a complete low Munar orbit here and still get home. Which means a lot more EVA science mining around the equatorial portions of Moon. Let's get up close and personal with MUN. I will admit that was scary as hell to have it just render in like that. Blurred up, and I wasn't entirely sure if I'd actually got things right. Okay, that will be a nice haul of science. And we'll get all of that and put it in the ship in a minute. First, we need to slow down. Okay, apoapsis is 32. That's fine. That's good. We are very good for this. EVA report. Moon's Midlands. Try to remember that. Take data. Take data. We don't need to reset anything because we can't get any more without landing. And board. Okay. And how about we turn you so that you're not hanging directly down? Fluttershy, your nerves are contagious. Yep, Midland craters. Good enough. Lowlands, yes. Moon's East crater. Fluttershy is done with EVAing, for which I'm sure she is very grateful. It's time to start planning our return home. This will bring us a lot of science home, but we have to be wise about how we spend it, because the next we're not going to be able to get much else out of the moon until and unless we start landing. And we are, technologically speaking, nowhere near ready for that. In fact, we need to actually start focusing on getting ready to land somewhere, which means getting at least a minimal bit of landing legs. And I'm hoping we get contracts from Minmus in the near future, because that is much easier landing on than MUN is. Okay. And Sir Isaac Newton is, as they say, in the driver's seat. Okay, Fluttershy gets to experience her first ever re-entry, and it's going to be a hot one. Just now, deceleration hitting 1G. And it augured in, or blew up, one of the two. And what say we hit the silk? And there we are. Yeah, and the fake visible from space city lines plus the new ground clutter makes this look freaky. Kind of post-apocalyptic, to tell you the truth. And there we go. Crew report. No, cancel that. EVA. Take data. EVA report from Kerbin's Grasslands, which we already had. So we probably got the crew report here as well, but we'll take it anyhow. And recover vessel. 247 science earned. Nice. Okay, before we go shopping, mission control for contracts. Explore Kerbin. Rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit of Kerbin. We can do that. We can do that, and we'll take that. Rescue Daphis Kerman from low Kerbin orbit. We'll come back to, well, no. Position satellite in a specific orbit of Minmus. That will pay for a flight. It's not the ideal, but I'll take it. Let's get Apple Bloom. And that appears to be all the ponies that are going to be available until and unless. So going into R&D. Landing legs. Okay, we do get the lander can and some landing struts and a launch escape system, which I'll never use. I think it's time to go ahead and buy the Terrier engine. These other engines don't really appeal to me right now, but I need the Terrier. Yeah. Grab the more science. And grab all the science. That leaves us 20 science left, and that's it. And that's going to leave it for tonight, because, put it to you this way, when we come back on Wednesday, this will not be DAFUS anymore. That will be in a different name entirely. But for now, I'm going to go get warm. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night.